Hello there everyone, this is Neko here, getting ready to play Windrose. Alright, we're gonna continue on with what we were doing. This time we'll do another we'll do another building episode. And if you guys enjoy my content, make sure to like and leave a comment. Helps other people out there like you find me and helps me out grow. And if you end up liking the content, you can also subscribe. Alright, so at some point we are going to go play with the boss. I have been playing around with a few setups. I have learned that the pistol in this is actually pretty good for healing. Woo! Computer is not happy. Now for double doors, you want the large double doors that will sit perfectly where you want it to. If you go for the normal double doors, you're going to get... Oh, we don't have enough one for that one? Yeah. But this one, you can see here, it's shorter, but it also sits 1.5 instead of 2. So you it doesn't really sit well. If you were gonna use the double door, you would have to make your foundations 1, 2, 3, 4 wide in order to use it, because then you can put it in the middle. As you can see here, we have there's the two, it goes 1.5 right here. Actually, let's move that there. And technically with that little part it goes a little bit more, but you can see here it goes 1.5 foundations, which means you would have to add another foundation here to make it even, because then you can shift it around. It's kind of weird, and it's well, you would have to have 4 foundations, I think. Dang it, I've confused myself, because here we have 1, 2, 3, and that fits half and half. So if we had that one, which is 1.5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you would have to go 5 if you want to make it look even. Doesn't matter, but oops, what the hell did I... But yeah, we're gonna continue building. We're gonna move things over. Lots of fun going on. There's a lot of quality of life things I would like the developers to add in. Number one, either give us a better shovel. In other words, we can upgrade it. Number two, improve the flatten so that we can flatten here. So even though it's red, if you flatten, you know you're taking the risk of accidentally destroying whatever's here. Like, let's say here, it could be, we could give 3 colors. So you have white, here would be gray, and here would be black for flatten. So black means you risk whatever you call it, you risk destroying the structural support. Gray means you're getting close to it. White is good. Now for rays, you've got blue, so you could have light blue and sky blue. So it's like you'll have the water blue, and then you'll have the whatever, and then this one for the yellow, you could have well, actually this one isn't affected by it. Really? I'm not gonna dig up because I don't want to have to tear out all this to flatten it, but why is the yellow able to work? Alright, well, either way, that's the idea behind that. And the other quality of lives allow us to scale up the size and shrink it. So if I hold shift mouse wheel, it would shrink the size of the circle down. If I hold shift mouse wheel up, it would make it grow. So the size would be, like, on the smallest, it would be one of these. On the biggest, it would be 3x3, and on the medium, you can see it's a 2x2. So it's like here. So this is a 2x2. Then we could have a 1x1, and then we could have a 3x3. So here. So it would be all the way over to that corner, all the way over to this corner. Though that would be some appreciated life for this. Then we have the a few other tips that I'm gonna go with. If you're struggling to build fences on diagonals like what I've been doing here, I learned something recently to make them at least look pretty or more more tolerable. So over here we have this. You can see these two are pretty close together. So basically what I did was that I took and split it in half. So we go to the fences, we go over to here, and we split it in half. Now, I kind of needed this in order to make it work, because if you go like this, oh, maybe I didn't need it to work. But that split it in half, so for this one it works pretty well. You can see it's you can tell it's two pieces together, but another quality of life is them to make it where these adjust in size slightly, because what I would like to do is have it snap from here, drag it all the way across to here, and have it snap into here. But if I do that, it's going to stick out slightly past here currently. So I had to basically split that in half. Now this one this one's not perfect. You can see here, there's a little bit here, and it's spread. This, I had to pretty much, I measured out how many pieces was for this one. So basically it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the center, or 6. And this one was 6. Oops. Well, that's a fast way to clean up that mess. But basically, we come in, we plop that down, go to fences. If you string it across all the way, you're just going to stick out like that. And then you have the issue of this right here, which if you come across like this, you can see it blocks it, so you gotta deal with that. So usually, if you put this right in the center of where you want it to be, so for example, if you want to have it split this, and you want to split this in the center, you can come over to the beams, use this, pull back on this, and then that will allow you to mark it. Now if you get it on a corner, you can do it right here, but this should work. Well, it does for underneath, but there is a way to make it work. If you basically, dang it, I'm screwing up because it's something I just recently learned, so I'm still trying to properly explain it. But the easiest way is split the difference, try and get it onto a center point right here. That way you can then use that center point to get the fence. Now if you can't get it on a center point, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, you can see there, center point, we use this to mark the corners here, and now it's slightly 2 parts right there. This one you can pretty much just as you saw earlier, just slap it together. So that's the fences. If you want to neaten them up, if you don't mind them looking like this, which admittedly this looks a hell of a lot more tolerable than this. Ooh, this is annoying. This is why I want them to have the ability to shrink and grow to snap to the size. But that might require them to add in texture or some other fun things to make this work. Because if we had these are technically a fourth fences because it takes up uh, or actually I don't know if they're a fourth, but I call them a fourth because you can put down four, but these are half fences. So if we had a fourth, so we could put one pretty much in the middle part of this, I could slap down one right here. As you can see where that little bar, that metal bar, stone bar right there is, that would allow me to, that would be perfect if I had a fence like that. But I'm not going to make these fences. I'm going to make these all walls. This is just outlining what we have. Now, I thought about splitting this here and just going down the middle, but this is going to be the food and bar and the place. So when people come off the ship, they can come in here. They can get food, drinks, eat, all that other fun stuff. I might throw a layer for bed, sleeping on top. This area, we're going to be moving things over. So we're going to have like the ship repair, the blacksmith, and all that. And then we'll have the clothing store right next door. Then we'll have a few other stores near that. I think we're going to throw alchemy way over there, so that way if people want healing, potions, other stuff like that, they have to travel through the city and see all the other potential areas. Now over here, we're going to need storage and basically the one people who bring goods in. So we're going to set up this as the storage area plus the market stall people. And then from there, I got to think about what other things we're going to throw in. So for now, we need to go back. We need to go grab whatever else we can. Woo! Whenever I get near my boat, my computer just goes, help me. Alright, for now, we'll just slap that all into here. I have been buying a hell of a lot of stone because I need it. I'm in the process of trying to figure out how to get floors to snap on top of stone foundations. So maybe a little bit. I do hope they add in more building pieces because we're missing some. You can see here we have the rope here and the rope here. But we don't have the... we've got the railings, railings here, but we don't have any stair hand railings for the stone. And I would like to have some of these, especially the 26 and the 45 of the stone. Because we have all the mahogany, we have most of the stone, but we're missing a couple pieces. Alright, I have my build set on 45 rather than 15. Alright, well, for now we're going to be moving stuff over, which means we're going to be tearing apart things and all kinds of other fun things. So, we'll need to pop you. We need to pop you, you, and we're running out of room. Alright, that's quite a bit. We'll worry about that later. Now we can go back over. We already have part of the kitchen, or we have this. Now, I ain't gonna actually put them all up. I just want to get the stuff in here because I still have to put the walls in. So for crafting utilities, we're going to stick in the butter thingy. We're gonna stick in the hands, which we're going to need to put on a wall. So let's just move these closer for now. And then we need you. Then we can add in shelves, decorations, other stuff. So this area is going to be the cooking and stuff. Workbench. We're going to... This is pretty much the general spot. We're going to need a setup for the shipwright thing. And we're going to need the wharf, which I got to go and actually retrieve. Where should... Actually, this might be where I slapped this down. Manage ship. I think we're good to go. Yeah. Okay, so we'll keep that right there. That's perfect. That's where you can manage your ship. So we got like people who come in, the document the ship, look at what's on it, all that are fun stuff. Which means we're gonna want to throw in the this. All right, we used up the coarse fabric, which I can make more. I just need to figure out where I'm going to put the general shop, and I'm thinking we'll put that over here. So we'll make 10 coarse fabric. We just got to go grab the whatever you call it, and then we'll get that made. And then from there we'll eventually have everything built. Now, one of the things I'm thinking about is we're going to need to expand this, make it really long that way and that way, so we can fit 5 frigates on here. And realistically, we shouldn't have 5 of those showing up at our city. At most, we would probably have 1 and then a bunch of catches. In other words, those catch-sized boats. These are like big shipment boats. So we shouldn't see too many of those. And I think 5, being able to fit 5 of these will allow 10 of the air things. So the idea is to get people in and out quickly. If they want to spend a little bit longer, they can, but that means they're going to be charged extra because they're taking up valuable space. So they come on in, eat, drink, rest up, come over here, get their ship repaired and their tools repaired, then come over to here, then they can get their clothes repaired, and then over there they can get their jewelry repaired if they need it, so on and so on. So let's go make our let's go make our 10 course. We'll get the blacksmith stuff. So the problem is we're gonna need to keep part of the roof open for the charcoal kiln and the large furnace, which kind of sucks. But again, this isn't gonna be permanent, so we'll stick you in here. What else did I bring with me? I think I popped the toolbox. Well, we'll eventually have everything, just a matter of time. So we got all the cooking in. We need the anvil. We don't have that one. We do have the weaponsmith. Still need the clay set up. The mill and jewelry were what we brought over. So over here, this is where we're going to need the mill because that's part of this. The food processing, although we do need to also put that on another mill over there because it does craft gunpowder and what else? I hate that it requires a roof. So yeah, we have it for cornmeal, which is about the only thing it would be used for. Then we have the gunpowder and the ash, which means we would have to have one over there with the general workshop. Okay. So what else? The jewelry. Yeah, we'll have the jewelry over here. Crafting utilities. So we'll have this little display over here because it's small enough. We can have that right there. Then we can have the... Oh, I don't have the bench. I have clay. What else did it require clay? Was not this because we don't have enough. Oh yeah, we have the tanning rack. This is going to be part of the armory or the armor and the spinning wheel. Actually, I tore one of those apart. So we have the general, the jewelry, the smith. So right over here, I'm gonna go try and fetch everything else, and I'm gonna store a bunch of things if I can. So store, 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 and store. I think... What the hell am I missing that took... We already have one of those. We already have one of those. We have one of those. That. Was it this? No. It wasn't this. I don't think it was that. I don't know why I have extra materials. Which is a problem. Oh, I do now. I had some decorations that were sitting on top of things. So I don't remember which decorations I'm missing now. Can we fit? I think we can. Actually, this might have a... Yes, it has a couple of those resources. Okay, we can still fit you. Perfect. Okay, we should be able to build everything now. And after that, we'll have to start looking at decorations and a few other things. But now I remember. Now I know why I had that. We had some decorations built, which is why I have the extra. All right. So what do we have? I think we have all the cooking done. So we have this, and that. We have that. So that's done. We have all of the jewelry, or at least this part of the jewelry. The blacksmithing. We have the forge. We have, or not the forge, but the uh, anvil, the smiths. So we need one of these. Then we need the big one of these. Then we need the kiln. So this should take care of everything, although I might have to readjust this so that it's over here and the blacksmith over here, and then throw the kiln and the furnace over here, and then have an open non-roof spot. But that should take care of that. So now we need the jewelry bench, which I forgot, which we'll have right here. Now I kind of wish we had display cases and weapons. So basically part of the decorations is that they could put a, besides carpets, displays. So you would have a shelf, you would have a mannequin, you would have a few other items, a weapon display rack, and all that. That would be really neat and fun to have. Alright, merchants, we'll have to move them later. So what else? Armor. We need to get armor moved over here. So we get you. Then we need the saw bench and other things over here. We got the toolbox. We are going to need a recycler. I might put that over here, or I might leave it or put it over there somewhere. Depends. Personally, I think the recycler should be over here with the general, but yeah. Alright, so we got the workbench done, we got the cooking done, we got the we got the armor and clothes. Admittedly, I haven't seen any clothes yet, but we do have the armor. Alchemy, that's what we need next, which I'm probably gonna slap over here. So alchemy, the stove, which this shows me we should be able to have upgraded stove in the one place. You, so by the looks, we would want this over here for processing. For distilling, we would want probably close by, but not too close. For the stove, probably back up in here, or a little bit close. We do want to keep them slightly separated, because if we accidentally puff dust or anything, we could accidentally get it on the stove and then poof. That doesn't actually happen in the game, but that's the idea. So what are we missing? Because I feel like we're missing a hell of a lot. Maybe I was going to separate the blacksmith and the ship place. Because if so, that would be two structures. But let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be 7. I think I was going to have the disassembly table be its own building. So, no. I thought we needed 11. If I do this, this would be uh, two of them. So that would be 8. Enchanting. Enchanting was another one that we needed. That was a personal. So that would be 9. And I think the merchants made 10. So I think we have what we need. The enchanting, we're going to have to hopefully get some more things, but we're going to keep that right near the alchemy. Might be a little bit too big of a room for it, but we can just decorate the hell out of it to make up for that. Although it's a refining thing, which means it's technically not it would be under one of these categories here, which I'm not sure which category it would be. Probably alchemy. But we're gonna make it its own thing because it's got magic and other things. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 8 if I separate that. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. That might be 10. Oh, and we need a place for storage. So, should I separate the blacksmith and the ship? I feel like this should be fine. I might actually separate the two. In other words, I might build another anvil and throw it in here, and maybe a workbench. No, I would like to keep the workbench over there. But we don't need 2 anvils, so I'm not sure what to do. And one of these could be turned into a house or a bedroom. In other words, instead of building a sleeping area on top of the food and area there, we could have it set up over here. No, actually, I would set the food up over there, and this would be the storage. Although, kind of dangerous, but yes, that's what I would do. So, and then here can be the merchant contracts. So we can have set up a few merchants around here, set up storage and a few other things. So we would have probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically it would be one of you, and 3 of you? Maybe 2 of you, and 2 of you, and 1 of you. That's probably what I would do. Alright, well, we are going to need to get storage moved over here. I am definitely going to want to get all kinds of stuff moved around. And right now, we're in the process I'm in the process of setting up over there. So I'll give you the quick tour from here up. It's a hell of a long ways all the way out here. But yeah, I want the stone foundation to be like this, but then I'm trying to get this set up in a way that I can get the this to perfectly overlap. Right now we have it where it sets up on a fourth of it. So like I can get it to overlap right here, but I'm having trouble get it to having trouble getting it to perfectly land on here. As you can see, we can get it most of the way. The problem is getting it here. And there might be a way to do it. I'm still trying to figure it out. Which is why I've got these here in experimenting modes. But anyways, this is the update. We've got our buildings set up. I just gotta make them pretty. Then we've got. I gotta figure out what actually that's gonna be the contract. That's gonna be the storage, and that's gonna be living. So we've got all our buildings planned out. It's just now I gotta set them up and make them pretty. So if you guys enjoyed listening and me give a tour of my place and plans, hopefully you come back for more. I understand if you don't. I mean, it wasn't the most entertaining video, but still, if you guys want to see more, make sure to check out my channel. If you want to see other games I play, check out the in-screen credits. I do play other games in the process. And if you want to be added on to the in-screen credits like these people, make sure to publicly subscribe. After a certain amount of time, I'll add you on. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed and you come back for more. I'm going to get ready for the next episode. And that means I'm going to try and figure out how to get some of these things built and ready to go. And then from there, probably do a boss fight and then maybe another, whatever you call it, building episode. Alright, well, I'm going to let the credits roll out. So, bye-bye.